Welcome to Lean Software Excel Database Tasks. In this short video, we're going to demonstrate how to create an EDT task that performs automatic invoice matching. We'll simply read in a file, present this to the database, and it will match the file, which is a supplier invoices file, against the database, matching on invoice number, amount, and supplier reference. So here's the contents of the file. We've got a few lines in here: invoice number, amount, supplier reference, etc. Just a simple text file, comma separated. And we've got a SQL command where we're going to pass through these parameters to the database, and the database will decide whether we can match these invoices against the supplier's file. So we have an invoices table, and let's get cracking. So you can see the invoice number 1, £374, supplier reference. That looks as though it's going to match. We've got an invoice status, we've got a payment status, and we've also got a matching status. And as you can see, they're all null at the moment, so they're all waiting to be matched. So now we're going to go into EDT and create a task that's actually going to do this. So we're going to pick new task and send data to a stored procedure from any source. So the SQL command is called a stored procedure. The data source is actually text file. So let's just click next. Let's create the target. Oh, sorry. Let's call it something simple. Simple invoice matching. Give it a quick description. Automatic IM. That'll do. Excuse me. Alright, our target connection is a SQL server. It's just running on my machine. So let's just put that in. And Windows authentication. Pick the database, which is going to be EDT for demonstration purposes. Okay, little green connection status, we're all okay. Target columns, it reads in the stored procedures. Now I've got a couple of stored procedures in here. The one I'm interested in is the invoice matching. And I'm not going to do automatic SQL, I'm going to do custom SQL. That gives me the placeholders for my merge codes. More about those later. Probably not in this video. Data source is just going to be a folder where the supplier invoices text file resides. So just click new, and yeah, we're okay with that one. So next, ODBC drivers. I've already got a data source name set up, EDT data files. That's all we need to do. It'll then read in the list of files down here in the bottom. So we'll pick the supplier invoices file. Yep, that's good. We'll click next. Yeah, nothing to do on there. Yeah, next. Okay, nothing on there. Task parameters, nothing there. Batch operations. Now this is where we have to change a few bits and pieces because of EDT. On the right hand side you can see various help information as to why we're turning these things on and off. But basically it's to allow all the rows to be sent, and we get all the messages back from each of the rows. Let's hold on, and yeah, let's click save. Off we go. First created, and away we go. Actually, I think I've yeah, okay, so it's read the file in. Come back to that in a minute. So they're all ready for validation now. So I can click validate. I'm going to get an error here because I forgot to switch on one of the batch parameters. Yeah, everything's generating an error. So it's because we're using a stored procedure. Sometimes we get a different return code. So what I actually need to do is, yeah, there you go. It's not set to 1. So pass validation needs switching on. So let's go to modify task. Do apologise for this, but this is the power of EDT. It gives you quite a lot of information. So batch operation, and the last one there needs to be ticked. Yep, so that's batch validation rows when, yeah, it's to do with store procs. Not returning the right codes at different points within the validation. So let's just say we fix the batch. Another version on there. Let me type that in, fix batch. Okay. Cool, we're now ready to go. We're alright to validate now. Now we should get some useful information back from the EDT task and from the database. So as you can see, the blue ones are matched. That means they match perfectly, and the ones in orange, highlighted orange there, they don't actually match. So that says matched, yeah, not matched by value. So invoice number 6. Invoice number 6, £4,589.99. I'm glad I typed that in as a good value to remember. Invoice number 6 is £4,000, so it doesn't match by value. Let's just have a quick look at the file and compare that to our invoices table. So I can see that invoice number 7 is not going to match, for example, by supplier reference. Okay, there's the supplier reference in the file. It's not going to match. Let's have a look at what EDT says. EDT says not matched by reference. Okay, so we've got various different statuses, some more matched. Okay, what we can do now is we can send them, and we'll send them to the same stored procedure. Off it goes. Let's just check. Nothing in there, so our payment status and our matching status are still null. Send that through to the database. Bang! Very quick, very quick indeed. And we rerun this query again, and as you can see, payment status and match status have changed. Match status to matched, payment status now available. So those invoices have been matched and they are now available for payment. It's a very simple example using EDT and invoice matching. Thank you very much for watching.